coming up with our co-prelim main event, as I like to call them, the second to the last fight of the prelims. We've got Irene Aldana versus Karol Rosa in a top 10 bout in the women's bantamweight division, if I could speak. Karol Rosa being 9, Irene Aldana coming off the championship defeat to Amanda Nunes in I don't want to say embarrassing fashion, but it was as dominant gets for Amanda Nunes. Yeah, and you could tell that she was a fish out of water in that fight. She didn't belong in the same octagon as an aging Amanda Nunes, which says enough. And I think that sort of shows the bantamweight division and where we're at. But this fight could be interesting. I think stylistically, there's some different matchups within the matchup that make this fight at least intriguing. Aldana likes to keep it range. Really, that boxing is what's going to get it done for her. She's got a jab that she's going to throw out there consistently and should be able to land against a much smaller Rosa. And so if she can start to get that jab going, keep the range, she's good. She's extremely skilled. We all know just how skilled she is. The issue is you never see it come together. And that's why everyone was excited to see her test Amanda Nunes maybe, if she's able to really be able to complete those, complete all of her skills, be able to mesh them together. Especially after knocking out Yana Santos, knocking out Macy Chiasson, but it didn't come together. And we were reminded just how bad it can look when it really starts to look bad. And really where she struggled throughout her entire UFC career is in the clinch. She can get out-muscled, out-clinched along the fence. And I'll be damned if that isn't exactly where Karol Rosa goes in every single one of her fights. Karol Rosa is not a fun fighter. Let's be honest. She's got 4 knockouts, 2 submissions to her name, 11 decision wins. She's 6-2 in the UFC, but not really many good wins. Both of her losses to Sarah McMahon and Norma Dumont. Her best win is Jocelyn Edwards. Maybe a split decision against Yana Santos. Like, not great, Jim.
And all wins are by decision.
Yeah, and so what she's going to do is she's going to want to march her opponent down, continue on the front foot, and then get the fight along the fence, and then be able to throw underhooks and get her underhooks in, be able to try and take you down. But if not, just wear on you. And it might work. It just might work in this fight because I don't believe Aldana is dangerous enough to separate and to be able to stop it from happening. But Andy, what do you think about this fight? What do you think about the state of the women's bantamweight division?
Well, I think, I said I was going to ease into ripping this division, but this division was literally created for Amanda Nunes. So I think that the state of it is in horrible shape right now, and this is a result of it. Like, we have Aldana, who is the 3rd best bantamweight fighter right now in this division, taking on Karol Rosa, and I don't think that the odds should be this far apart, to be honest with you. Like, she has the height advantage, but that reach advantage is not as far apart as you would think for someone who's 4 inches taller. I do think that Karol Rosa, it's going to be interesting. I want to see her use that Muay Thai stance and get Aldana in the clinch because I want to see what happens. I want to see if she can get her in the clinch, get her down, and see if she can sit on her, kind of like how Amanda Nunes did. Aldana is going to let Rosa have her chance to do that because she likes to force her opponent to be the aggressor because she's not great moving forward. And I just don't understand how she's minus 210, besides that people recognize the name and they were like, oh, yeah, she fought Amanda Nunes. But then you look at the rest of the division. So you've got Ketlin Vieira. You've got Juliana Pena, who has not fought since losing to Amanda Nunes. I don't know what she's waiting on. You've got Raquel Pennington, who's taking on Mayra Bueno Silva in the bantamweight title fight next month. I don't know how people are excited for these because, like, you got Macy Chiasson at 10. Miesha Tate should move up, so like that'll be exciting to see. But like Jocelyn Edwards doesn't really get me that excited. Like you said, that was her best win. Whatever. I just don't know how they're going to be able to continue this division without Amanda Nunes, unless they really make an active effort to find girls who are at this weight. And it's difficult because all the talent is at 115 and 125 for the females. It is not at 135, and that's why I'm not very excited for this fight. And I forgot to make a pick for this one. I don't have a bet to answer your question, but if I'm going to go pick, I'm going to go with the dog here. I'm going to go with Rosa because I hate when people just sit back and wait for them to come to them with like Aldana's going to do, as well as I want to see Rosa work that Muay Thai stance. And I don't really care if I get this one wrong because this is probably, I said that heavyweight fight was my least favorite fight. This one's probably tied for it. And it's a shame they put it this high because it's because of they got to figure out a way to get hype around this. So may as well put it as the main prelim event, whatever you called it.
Yeah, I mean, if it's a top 10 fight in any division, they're going to want to give it at least some publicity because they need to be able to market this division now because, I mean, you pointed it all out. I mean, this division's a mess. They don't know what to do with it, and they don't want to limit it to 2 women's divisions. And I think they're hoping they keep recruiting new females to the division for 135. The issue is you're getting a lot. They're forcing it. You're getting a lot of half-baked prospects that aren't complete yet, so that they might have to develop. I mean, Chelsea Chandler is ranked in this division. And there is a meme of her fighting Norma DeMont last time and literally just sprinting in the opposite direction. And this is one of our ranked fighters, ladies and gentlemen. This is not a regional circuit. This is the UFC, and we've got a fighter that's just sprinting in the opposite direction. But anyways, I've got Rosa as well. I think that the 2 areas that she's best with, Aldana struggles with, and that alone makes this fight a lot closer than plus 185, minus 220. So I'm going to go Rosa in this fight. I'm not confident. I will bet it, though, for a half unit, just because I do think there's some value there. I don't want to put too much risk on it, but I think Rosa can get it done. But again, this is the fight where you go and pick up the wings or the popcorn, get the pizza, and do whatever you need to do. Because this fight it shouldn't be exciting. For it to go the distance is minus 300. So you've got time to go get that pizza and get back. Don't worry. But with our prelim main event, we have a far, far more exciting fight. Bryce Mitchell, on short notice, is taking on one of our good friends in the featherweight division, Josh Emmett. And we will see you there to cover that fight.